Yes guys, Bobby here. I'm at Jom Tien Beach in Pattaya area, Chonburi, Thailand, and I want to show you what's behind me right now. I mean, that's behind me, but as I move around it becomes even better. Look at this, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sunset. It was pissing it down half an hour ago, and now it's like this. Strange weather in this country. That comment actually sums up what I want to talk about quickly in this video, because I have become a somewhat negative person in recent times. Obviously this strange weather comment is sort of tongue-in-cheek. I'm not moaning about the weather. I've been moaning about a lot of other stuff in life, a lot of things that I felt are not going my way, that I've lost control of. And I'm not saying just because I'm enjoying a nice sunset right now that everything's suddenly perfect, but I think sometimes you've got to take a step back and appreciate what you do have in life. Over there I've got a beautiful wife and a beautiful baby who keeps saying thank you because I bought her a crappy little bucket and spade. The wife, that is, not the baby. No. I bought it for the baby. They're playing together though. Got a great six-pack. Not that that's important, doesn't mean a fucking thing in the grand scheme of things, but anyone who's tuned into this channel before will know that, yeah, I do have a decent conditioning, but that is really irrelevant. But I live in this beautiful country. I've lived here now with a little gap in the middle for nearly 5 years. It's nearly 5 years since I first arrived here with the intention of it being permanent. We did disappear for a year, but we ended up coming back. And life is certainly not perfect out here, like some people imply. Now, all these social media people that you see out here in Thailand, you know, living in villas on the side of mountains and stuff, there are some who I'm sure are 100% legit, but I call bullshit on a lot of it, especially when they're all selling courses to learn how to do digital marketing. It's just the latest buzzword, isn't it? Do you remember when Herbalife was a big thing when we were younger? Or you'd have people knocking on your door with, what was that book called? Olive Olay, was it? Was that right? You know, like when women would sell products, you know, pyramid schemes. Nowadays it's become the direct pyramid scheme of faking a lifestyle and then trying to sell people the world. What I would say is, when you're actually out here living a realistic life, if you do end up meeting a Thai lady or you decide to come out here with your family, it's certainly better than back in the UK. Family aside, friends aside, I couldn't do this in the UK. Where am I going to go? Blackpool. So I'm enjoying this. This isn't even the nicest beach, to be honest, guys. I don't know if anyone knows about Thailand. If you've clicked this video, I'm sure you do, but Pattaya area is usually reserved for creepy sex tourists, not families like us. But Jom Tien, I think, is quite nice, quite peaceful. It's only a couple of hours from Bangkok, which is obviously ideal because we have just purchased a car. That's another thing that I'm appreciative of right now. What, buying a car? Yeah, kind of, because I think people say when you're in a big city, I've lived in Seoul, I've lived in Tokyo, in those cities, it would have been impossible, effectively, to own a car, you know, living the lifestyle that I'm living, because you have to pay for parking. In Tokyo, parking's as expensive as some apartments. I think parking in certain apartments in Tokyo is twice the price of what I pay for rent here in Bangkok. So just sort of erase those ideas from your mind and you sort of become aligned with the idea that everything is dependent upon public transport and your schedule is dictated, and that's absolutely fine, it's no big deal. But when we came back to Bangkok, having lived in Phuket, we thought to ourselves, you know what, we work remotely, we've had a bit of trouble when we were renting cars in the past, so let's just take our time, use the public transport to get around for the first few months, see how it works out. And to be honest, after a few months it just got a little bit, especially when you've got a kid, this is not if I'm just getting on a train on my own, that's fine. But it got a little bit, you know, annoying because it's so busy, so congested. Don't want to be getting in the taxis. The taxis in Bangkok are like basically like luck of the draw, where sometimes you'll get a really nice, gentle old man who appreciates that you've got a baby sat in the back, who's not in a baby seat, by the way. That's another scary thing because obviously taxis don't have baby seats seated. But then sometimes you'll get some deceiving boy racer who wants to weave in and out of traffic, putting you and your family in danger, and it's just annoying and frustrating. You don't really want to be beholden to those type of things anymore. So we bought a car, a nice little cheap and cheerful car. We bought it last week and it's absolutely brilliant so far. This is the reason that we bought it, so we could do stuff like this, because to be honest, I wouldn't be bothered about getting away from Bangkok in the near future. I don't know if some of you guys who may or may not watch this video have some sort of attachment to Bangkok, but I've got an attachment to Seoul because it is basically the city of my 20s, and I've got an attachment to Tokyo as a city because I feel like it was the best city I've ever lived in, and it was also the city that sort of transitioned me from like being young to an adult. That was a place that was very special in my heart. But I don't have an attachment to Bangkok. I like it as a city. If I was single, young, free, I think it would be great. But for a family, I don't have any attachment to it because that's the way my mind works. As soon as you have a kid, everything changes and everything becomes, am I going to go for a walk down Sukhumvit with my 2-year-old baby by my side? No, I hate even going to 7-Eleven with her, especially when she decides that she's really interested in the local flower collection and she just stands there while these bikes are zooming past. This is the type of thing that we wanted to do when we decided to buy the car. And in that regard, car seems efficient, got a good deal, nice car. I feel very lucky that we are here with a car, as silly as that sounds. So there's 3 things that I'm very appreciative of in this video. Number 1, that I live in this beautiful country, that places like this, oh hello mate, that places like, oh it's a white guy, that places like this are just 2 hours drive away, and I'm actually gonna enjoy the sunset with my family after I finish filming this, and then we're gonna go get back in the car and those 2 are gonna fall asleep. And I'm probably just going to put some sort of podcast about the Chinese economy on whilst I drive home. How great is that? That's a brilliant way to spend a Saturday night. Number 2, I'm appreciative of the fact that I've got a beautiful family, a really beautiful family. And you know what, guys? Just because you've got a beautiful family and just because you know you've got a beautiful family doesn't mean that everything always runs smoothly. Like, everyone has arguments. I don't argue with my 2-year-old kid. Every couple has arguments. And you always have those times of frustration, in my opinion. Just my 2 cents. I'm not a life coach. I'm not trying to advise anyone, give relationship advice. Everyone has arguments, but if you've got that at the front of your mind, that fundamental appreciation of what you have and why you don't want to lose it, I think that is enough to get you through those sticky patches. And number 3, I'm now appreciative of the fact, not that I've got a car, but that I've got the freedom to explore this country, to do what I want to do, to take my family to the places that we want to go to. So today we've come down to the Chonburi Pattaya side of the Gulf of Thailand. Next week we plan to go to the opposite side, which is places like Hua Hin that we've yet to fully explore. So that will be next week's little excursion. Maybe we'll stay the night. We'll see how we're feeling. Tonight we're not going to stay the night. I think it's easy enough to get back to Bangkok from here. But yeah, in conclusion, this isn't me giving advice. This is just me talking about my own life. I need to start appreciating things more and to stop moaning so fucking much, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who would love, not that noisy jet ski, I'm sure there's a lot of people who would love to enjoy and appreciate this sunset now, but they can't because they're on the other side of the world. But I'm here in this beautiful country and I'm going to get to do this every single week if I want to. Probably won't come here every single week, but I'm going to get to go somewhere and appreciate everything that I've got every single week. So maybe I'll just start posting endless videos of how much I appreciate everything and what I am appreciating week by week. Would you like to see that? Would you like to see more content about Thailand? Because I feel like this channel needs to have a little bit of a directional shift, and I think people like Thailand, so that could be the direction to go in. There we go, nice long tail boat. So until next time, guys, drink it in, man. And thank you for watching. All the best from Jomtien Beach, Thailand.